Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I'm Kelsey, and today is another round of Vlogmas. It's going up later than normal because I filmed this yesterday and it didn't ever convert to my computer. So we are doing this really quickly, but I am doing the 12 books recommended by 12 friends in 2023. The graphic will go right here. And these are books I was pretty selective. I asked friends to recommend 12 books, but then I only picked books from people that I either trust their reading taste. When I looked through their feed, I saw that they read very similar to me. And then my other ask was that it had to be where I was looking for nonfiction recommendations and Indigenous author recommendations. So that was pretty much all I gave people, and the choices that I got, I was pretty excited about. So first I'm going to go through the owned books that I already have that I could just pull from my shelves. Up first is Caste by Isabel Wilkerson. This is the origins of our discontent, but it basically argues that there's a caste system in America, and through that, it is just a lens in which to view systemic racism, poverty, etc. So I'm really excited about this because she wrote The Warmth of Other Suns. I also have not read that, but I just know her writing is really good, and I'm just excited to read nonfiction that's very compelling. Up next is Unsettling Truths, and this goes right up the alley of Indigenous books and nonfiction. So this one is about the ongoing dehumanizing legacy of the doctrine of discovery. I took a class in college about the age of exploration, and it totally blew my mind and totally shifted my mindset of westernized colonization, that Christopher Columbus was God, and made me think of everything from the view of the colonized. And so this book, I think, will just be a fascinating look even deeper, and I think it will really align with interests that I have. Also along the lines of Indigenous voices that I was looking for. So the book is called Seven Fallen Feathers, and it is about the Indigenous schools, I believe, and the history and reckoning of that, I think. I have not looked into it that much. I just know it deals with residential schools and the atrocities committed there. Up next is Recursion by Blake Crouch. My friend Mariah recommended this to me, and I've read both Dark Matter and Upgrade, which are his more recent books. This is one I haven't read. My husband has read it too, and he said he really liked it, but it wasn't as strong as Dark Matter. But I think this one was stronger than Upgrade in his opinion. So this will just be a good palate cleanser. It's not that long. It's book of the month. Blake Crouch writes very compelling sci-fi, and I really like him. So pretty excited to finally get this one off my TBR shelf. And then the big tome that I've got is, A Promised Land by Barack Obama. There's going to be 3 of these, and I should probably get started now because this is a chunker. But I have it on Libro FM audio too, and there's not really a lot I need to say about this. I love Barack Obama, and so this is just something I'm very excited for and looking forward to because he's my fave. So this is his autobiography regarding the first term of his presidency, and I think the next 2 books will deal with the second presidency and then what happened after. This is one I'm very much looking forward to. So for books that I actually have this one in the mailbox, but the post office shoved my boxes. I have 3 book packages in our little community mailbox. We have, our little slot. They shoved it in so tight, I can't get anything out. So I had to put a Post-it note on there to say, hey, help us. We can't get our packages out because you put them in there too tightly. So the one that I got is Take My Hand, and this was getting a lot of buzz earlier last year. I believe it's got kind of similarity in storyline to the Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Is that? Yeah. And that's all I know. I do know it's a historical fictional version of whatever that is. So I think it has similarities with that. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I'm very excited to read that. And then the next one I have is Lease on Love, and this is a romance. I don't really know anything about it. The cover looks cute. I had it on my radar and just never picked it up, so that one got added, especially because of the friend that recommended it to me, my friend Brittany. I think that it'll be fine. I'll like it. So also did that. My friend Mary recommended this book called Her Majesty's Royal Coven, and all I know is there's magic, witches, and they're a coven of witches that work on behalf of Queen Elizabeth, I believe. And I think that just sounds like a riot and a good time. So she told me to just trust her on it and read it, and 100% I will trust you. Mary's a co-host of the Currently Reading podcast, which is one of my favorite bookish podcasts, and I'm a Patreon supporter of them. the best $5 I spend every month. Totally recommend. And then Daughter of the Moon Goddess was recommended to me by my friend Emily, and this is fantasy. It's been on my radar. The cover's gorgeous. I just haven't had a reason to pick it up, so I'm excited that she recommended it to me. I think it's mythology gods, but like Chinese, I think. I don't know. I'm so excited though to read it. And then I also own Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, and I read AJ Fikry last year. I've read Young Jane Young already. This one I know I will love. It's about found family friendship that was developed while these two were developing a video game. And I know people say you don't need to know a lot about video games to read it, which even if you did need to know a lot, I still probably would like it because she is that type of a writer. So she writes both quirky characters and grief really well together, and that's just a talent of hers. So I'm so excited for this one. I have it from NetGalley, and I will get to it this year. So now I'm gonna go to the filming that I actually did before from yesterday that did work. So there's 2 other books to talk about, but thanks for dealing with my little technical issues. Bye, everybody. Okay, and then the final 2 are Black Cake, which is about 2 siblings whose mother passed away and they have an inheritance, and she leaves them the recipe for this black cake. It sounds really literary and fascinating, so it's one that's been on my radar. I just haven't gotten to it. So that one also very excited for because it's one that I have known I would like to read. I just hadn't gotten. And then finally is All Good People Here, which I know is making its way around everything because the author, Ashley Flowers, is a podcaster. I think she does Crime Junkie, maybe. Like, it's a true crime podcast. Yeah, so she's the host of Crime Junkie. A journalist uncovers her hometown's dark secrets when she becomes obsessed with the unsolved murder of her childhood neighbor and the disappearance of another girl 20 years later. I've heard pretty mixed reviews about this, but I want to read more thrillers because a lot of people love them. So I think this would be a good one, especially because of who this author is. And I have listened to Crime Junkie, so it would just be an interesting read. Also probably a good summer read or palate cleanser. But yeah, I'm interested in that. So I do like this challenge because everybody reads so widely, and like I said, I really was trying to be mindful of who recommended it to me, because if it's someone I know really well and I know their reading tastes and I know they're not gonna let me down, I was like Mary, I automatically was gonna add her books. My friend Carrie recommended a couple nonfiction and I trust her. So I knew I was very, very specific in the books that I chose and the people's recommendations that I chose. So I'm excited because this will get me reading a little bit more. It helps me target some books on my own TBR. Just a really fun challenge to do every year. Also, I like to see what people recommend. I think that that's really fun. So those are my 12 books I'd like to read in 2023, recommended by 12 friends. If you've read any and think I should prioritize one immediately, drop that in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's hope I actually read all these this year.